such diversity truly reflected, in particular in our basketball teams. We see people from all over the world coming here, people from the continent, people from the Caribbean, people from the United States coming together and doing their best, expressing themselves, their excellence, their abilities. They're representing, coming under one flag, whichever flag that might be.
The Toronto Raptors are the 2019 NBA champions.
With the Raptors win, it was a moment like no other. It symbolized excellence, it symbolized Canadian excellence, and it symbolized African-Canadian excellence. Take one. I was lucky to live in a neighborhood where we were fully embraced, even though we were the only Black family. And I didn't see anyone who looked like me from Monday to Saturday, not in my neighborhood, not in my school, not in the stores. It was just us. So I switched to sociology and later social work. But unfortunately, I was the right person at the wrong time. And despite my repeated attempts, I was unable to secure a position. I had the training, I had the Canadian experience, but when I walked into the interview, if I got an interview, I wasn't the person that they expected to see. And by the time I ended up with the Ontario Black History Society, I had long been an advocate, advocating for our voice, advocating for our presence, and advocating for our history. I was working without payment. We were an organization that had limited funding. And then, a couple of years into my presidency, our funding was cut by 90%. I remember on March 1st, annually, being on my living room floor, staring up at the ceiling, completely done. Just done. Literally, the phones would stop ringing. With the community support already built up and the Honorable Jean Augustine's willingness to go forward with this, it was passed in December 1995, and in February 1996, I was the only non-elected person at the first national celebration of February as Black History Month across this country. I really thought this was the start of a big change. And one night on a Saturday, I got a phone call from the head of the Caribbean Historical Society of Trinidad and Tobago, asking me to meet with him because he wanted to speak to me about having us recognize August 1st as Emancipation Day. I began that process in about 1994, 1995. So it wasn't until March of 2021 that it finally was passed on a unanimous motion.
The heritage of Canada's people of African descent and the contributions they have made and continue to make to Canada, and that, in the opinion of the House, the government should designate August 1st of every year as Emancipation Day in Canada.
It took a lot of effort. And why do I do this? It put me in a position of seeking out things that were symbolic and representational, because it was the only way to, in a very broad way, help the world. While we are beginning to see more people in many more places, it remains challenging to be it if you don't see it. So if you see something, by all means support it. But if you don't see it, do what you can to create it. I think that we all benefit when we follow through on our passions. And I hope that if young people see something that's not right, see something that they question, see something that's wrong or that hurts other people, that they'll work on making that better too.